I'm here at the Tin Cantina. I just got here. It's about an 8-hour drive here from my place in Illinois, so I got up at 2:45 in the morning and hit the road. Just going by myself, no one to pick up. I'm here for about a week, and I've got quite a few things to work on. The cantina here was closed for the winter. I stayed in it, but I didn't have the water turned on. So my goal for today, because I got here around noon or so, maybe 11 o'clock, is to get everything unloaded, which I've already done. As you can see, it's all over the place. I'll get it all put together tonight after it gets dark. And I'm gonna get the water turned on. And working here, it's kind of a big feat. I started without you guys. I'm sorry, but let's take a look in the back and I'll show you what I'm working with here. Most of you guys have probably seen this before. This is our 2,500 gallon rainwater tank, and it is buried a little better than halfway in the hill to keep it from freezing. It's got an overflow and it collects off the downspouts through this white PVC pipe. This is our little mechanical room, and that black thing in there is the well pump. Okay, so here is our black poly line that comes in. It's a 1-inch line from that tank. It switches to 3/4 because that's what the pump takes, and there's a shutoff valve on it. Goes in the pump, comes out of the pump here. We've got 2 filters. We go, this feeds all the cold water, and this water heater heats the water. So the problem I'm having now is when I turn this on, it builds pressure, but then it shuts off and it instantly loses pressure. So that gets up to 40, and it just drops all the way to 0 and it turns on again. What I think's happening, and this is the same pump that we have in the Sunset Ridge cabin, if I remember, because that's been a couple years. I just called my dad and was talking to him about it, and he said, that might be right, I don't remember. I think what happens, this pump, because right now the water tank behind you guys is several feet, the water level is several feet higher than this pump, so it doesn't need primed. In fact, when I turned it on, it ran all the way. I could hear it filling the filters and the water heater and everything, which is great, you know, unless the water's empty. But what I think is happening is there's nothing pushing this way, and I don't believe there's a backflow in this pump. So I think what's happening is the pressure's building up and there's nothing to hold it, and it's losing its pressure back into the tank. So I think if we cut in here and we put a backflow, back check valve, whatever you call it, a check valve in there, so that when it gets up to pressure, but I think it'll hold pressure and keep it going. So I'm gonna go to the store. It's about a 35-minute drive to where I think I can get it. So we're gonna check all the cabins to make sure they have LP. I've got a list of some other things to check. We can turn that off. And go on a supply run. If that's all it is, and I can just cut this with the PEX cutter, shut the valve off, cut it, and I'll get a shark bite fitting so I can just push her in there and Bob's your uncle. All right, I'm back from Menards here. I got this, what's this called? Brass swing check valve. What we can do is turn this on until the pressure builds up, and then we'll quick shut the valve off. It should work the same as the swing check. It'll start to go down till we get it off, and if that traps the pressure in the line, then we know we're on the right track. Okay, so we're building. Okay, so it's holding. That's definitely the problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Actually let this depressurize. We're gonna cut it here, and we're gonna put that swing check valve in there. All right, now, like the good plumber I am not, we're gonna cut this and let the water run all over. There. About that much. All right, there's our arrow flowing in. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, they're 1 inch. They're in the wrong bin. Oh, God. Well, it's an hour and a half round trip to go get the right thing. Guess we're going back. So I ran to the hardware store in town and they're closed. So I got plenty to do around here, getting everything picked up, put away. Gotta clean a few things, and this trip is about getting this cabin opened up. I don't need the water that bad, so I'm gonna do a bunch of that stuff. I'll see you guys for breakfast in the morning, and we'll get the parts and get this water working. Well, good morning. Man, did it pour last night. I mean, it poured like a power washer, which I guess is good. It'll wash everything off. This roll of paper towel, and you have it on here, I think it's just from the wind. Every time I put one on there and I come back, it's unrolled all the way down. It may be something messing with it, because this was full of a bird's nest. when I got here yesterday. Anyways, well, as you know, I didn't get the parts I needed for the water last night, but I'm optimistic today. I don't remember if I even told you guys yesterday, I ran to the local hardware store, and well, they were closed. It's Sunday, and they're closed on Sunday. I forgot. So we're gonna try that again today, see if we can get this water working, but I think first we're gonna start a little breakfast. Best breakfast I had all day. All right, let's go find some parts. Take things down with me one at a time as I go. That's probably my least favorite part of this cabin. Mountaineering every time I gotta go somewhere. If you haven't figured out how YouTube works, I still have to come back for that camera. Glutton for punishment. Man, when it rains like that, this creek really gets going. You can hear it from all the way up there at the cabin. That little drain right above that turn, if you guys can see where that pile of trees are, is a lot of that water comes all the way from up there past the cabin out of those culverts. Rarely has water in it, but boy, it's going pretty good right now. They had them at the close store, 11 bucks a piece. There's a lot for a fitting, but these shark bites, I'm telling you, they're so convenient. Money well spent, if you ask me. Anyways, let's get these tools out, get this swapped again. Okay. Calling that good. Look at that. These shark bites are awesome, but I have a hard time believing they're gonna work. And then you turn the water on, they work just fine. Oh, you turn the water on. Nope. There we go. Spoke too soon, that one leaked. We just got... Oh, we are holding pressure. We're dropping a little because it's building up in these filters. But holy cow. Well, that's running, which leads me to think maybe, well, the toilet's filling for sure. Do we dare walk away from it? Fingers crossed. Here we go. Can even wash my hands. Wow. Awesome. Totally awesome. Oh man, a toilet. You can hear it running down through all the pipes there. It's got to work air out of the lines. You know what? I wonder if I don't have the mixer valve needs to skip a gear. Continue that. I want to see if we can get hot water. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh yeah. Look at that. We got hot water, folks. All right, I need to call my plumbing consultant. Actually got a little paperwork to do for the roofing company. Paperwork. No one uses paper anymore. Laptop work. And then I'm going to show you another little problem I found. Alright, well, I figured out what the problem is with this old shower, so we're going to take it apart for the second time in a row. I did get the water working. All of the water is working. I think my YouTube channel should just be Steve Fixes Stuff. Not even that good at it. Little set screw in the bottom of that. So inside here, I'm not 100% what the problem was. These are little shut-off valves for your hot and cold water. Cold on the left, hot on the right, if you did it right. So you can turn the water off here to work on it. And they were open, but the water was coming through like a trickle. So I turned it on and ran them in and out a couple times, and the water took off. So I think there must have been something kind of stuck in there. So now the problem that we are faced with is the water's not hot enough. It is in the sink, so it's not a water heater problem. Woo! I let her drain out a little bit. So on this cartridge, that shows up. There's two ups. I know that hot is on the right. We could turn that about a quarter turn. Boy, that is not shutting that water off very good, is it? Well, let's just hurry up. Get her back together here. Don't worry, folks, I'm a professional. I'm going outside, turn the water off. All right, well, I want to show you guys the last thing I got going on here. Right there. That's where the water comes from to fill this tank. It's obviously dislodged, and now none of it's going into the tank. So it is raining, which is going to make this job miserable, but I'm already soaking wet, and, well, I want the water. So I'm hoping I could just push this together throw a screw or two in it, and that be that. If it leaks out here, I don't mind too much. It's not gonna leak any worse than it's leaking right now. All right, let's see now. Well, that wasn't too bad. And it's not coming out to overflow, so the tank is definitely not full. It's full enough for what we got going on, but it's supposed to rain a lot. I want to catch it all. It might be the end of the water woes. I am soaking wet. It's weird, I'm soaking wet, but I can't wait to come home and take a hot shower. I've got to run into Richmond. It's about 35 minutes away, and going to get LP tanks filled up. I've got 3 of them to swap. I want one for each, one for the grill, one for the griddle, and a backup. And I've got that at 3 cabins, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 of them full. And I got a little real estate deal to do. So, take a little break here and run into town, dry out. All right, well, today was a plumbing day. We got the water working. I had to run into town, take care of a real estate closing of all things. So make a little dinner here, some smash burgers, and I think tomorrow I got to do some work on a fire pit, kind of a path leading up to the stairs because it's all mud now. Paint the front door down at the Squatch Hollow cabin and change the water filters. But that's enough for today. A little something to eat. Got my breakfast earlier. We'll do dinner now, of course. More carnivore. Anyways, I'm going to turn you guys off and enjoy the evening. We'll see you again in the morning. It is the next morning. I'm not sure where I left off with you guys. We're sort of out of sorts here. But anyways, it's a beautiful day today. I think today is the first day since I've been here that there's no rain in the forecast. In fact, the sun is supposed to come out and be in the mid 60s. I think it'll be real nice. I'm pretty well set up here at the cantina. We got the water working. I took a shower last night. I do probably need to turn the hot water up a little bit more. Maxed out in the faucet, but I need a little more temp out of the water heater. But it's really nice to have that. It is dependable. It worked really well. But I've got to go over to Squatch Hollow there once a year. I change the massive canister water filters in there. It's kind of a big pain in the butt, but it'll be my 3rd time doing it, so I've kind of got it down now. I got to paint the front door. There's a couple things I've got to do. I'm gonna do a load of laundry because there's no washer dryer here. Obviously our bathhouse is not done yet, and well, I need to do some laundry. So today, actually tomorrow, is the last day that that cabin is blocked off. I blocked it off to do some work on it. There's no guests coming until I think Thursday. So anyways, we're gonna do some laundry, paint the door, change the water filters, and if we got time, we'll do a couple other things while it's empty. Let's go get the laundry going because you can't do laundry after you shut the water off. Anyways, I'll quit rambling. Let's get to work. There's no socks stuck to the side. One of the things I'm hoping to accomplish with this bathhouse, I might take this washer and dryer down there. We'll see, but this thing's massive for this little bathroom, and the door is backwards and you cannot reverse it. This door, it is just all scratched to heck, and I think it's from people with, you know, jewelry, keys, things like that, trying to get in and out. I think on the outside they take their bag and they hit the handle and open it, but what I think's funny, I was saying before about, you know, how many people you limit to stay in these cabins, and they just add more. That's what they do. We don't allow pets because they trash the place, but clearly people are bringing them because, like, the bottom of this trim is all chewed up from someone's dog. So I'm not gonna spend hours and hours refinishing this door. We're gonna touch it up a little. I gotta find something to stir the paint with. Well, we're not winning any awards on those doors, but all right, let's go look outside. All right, well, I think we need a little sealer on these steps. I'm not sure why, because the rest of the porch is not sealed. All of the deck and the decking is treated lumber. The rest of this is all poplar out of the woods, and it's never been treated, and I don't want to get that started, you know, because once you do, you got to keep up with it, case in point. But I do think maybe the front steps here need just a little bit. These are Doug fir Tully and I put together a long time ago. I thought I had a corded sander, but the one I got is battery, which is awesome for this situation. I want to sand it and blow it off here real quick, and then I got to wait for my laundry to get done before I can seal the steps, and probably it should warm up just a little bit. Anyways, let's give her a sand. Oh, that didn't take long. Get the first filter out. Ooh, she's dirty. All right, let's figure out which one goes in that canister. So I got these filter sets on Amazon. It's a sediment filter, and these two are the same, it looks like. So I don't know, you know, it's rainwater coming off the roof. We're mostly looking to pick up the sticks and things like that, so I think they all do fine. You know, this talks about chlorine and sulfur smell, and there's none of that in rainwater. It's pretty clean, and we don't drink it anyway. So I think I'm just gonna take one of these cartridge filters, and I'm not sure it matters really what one they go in. I think it kind of flows through them all, but maybe we'll put these seem to be more coarse. Probably put that in first. Doesn't say there's a top or a bottom. All right, rubber gasket's still on there. In you go. Tapered on the bottom, so you can't really get them. I worry about lining that hole up, but anyways. All right, let's put this one back in. Turn around, we have to close this door and open this one, and then you can see in here, here's where the filters are. There's the first one I took off. I gotta do those two. I don't think there's any way for me to get you guys set up in here to see what I'm doing. It's not that interesting anyways, but I'm gonna screw this one back on, change those two, and then we'll move on to something more interesting. We knocked down wasp nests, we get the filters changed, door painted. Let's do a coat on these steps, and then we'll run and get into something else while everything dries. I do still have tomorrow that I can be here, so if by chance we can get some kind of power washer thing set up, we'll do that. How much of this are we gonna get on the steps? And I don't have my marshmallow stick anymore. Ooh, that's a full gallon. How much you want to bet I can knock that over? This product is called a Sickens SRD. And I never knew what the SRD stood for, and then the guy at the paint store told me it's siding, roofing, and deck. Like, oh, maybe it's kind of the right stuff anyways. Let's mix her not on the concrete. How about that? Oh yeah, that's thick on the bottom. This is not a new can, folks. I'm a little worried that these steps are gonna look so much better than the rest. All right, short of an industrial accident. I can't remember if this is what we used on here or not, but I already did a subpar job on the door. I better get it right on the deck here. Well, we're not winning any painting awards today, but it's done. It does look a little funny. Those steps are so shiny and bright, and the rest of the deck's all gray and dull. I'm hoping I can get a power washer set up. I mean, I will at some point and come wash this. I guess it doesn't have to be right now. But anyways, man, the creek is really, really loud. Let's go take a look at the creek. Not a lot of firewood left here. Looks like somebody's been buying it, which I guess if it's soaking wet, what are you gonna do? Pretty cool little creek. Sometimes it dries up a lot of the time, man. Look at all these trees back here falling over. The creek is just, we got a lot of rain, washes it out. All right, so I got a little tractor work to do. I gotta split some firewood, which doesn't really have anything to do with the tractor, except I gotta pull the logs out of the woods with it. I've gotta service the Kubota because it hasn't been done in quite a while. And I gotta spread some gravel. Maybe we'll spread the gravel, see if we can't get that going first. That's, I guess it's all kind of important to have done, but get that gravel done, it'll soak up the mud when the guests come, because I do have a guest coming to stay in the cantina, the first one in just a couple days, so I want to get that ready. Let's get this Ranger started. She's a good runner. I actually got to use it to go pick up some lumber, but I think it needs a new battery, because the battery's just always dead. Please be open. Okay, it's open. And the lock only works on one side. The problem is going to be, once we get it started, I want to drive it. I can't leave it in neutral and get out to take the charger off. You guys aren't going to be much help. Well, let's see if we can get her started first. There we go. These little jump packs are awesome. Went a lot of years without one. And I'm not sure why. I guess we just let this roll back into the tree. I don't think it'll sink into the abyss before then. Maybe it'll just sit there. Well, let's throw something under a tire. That's why we roll the window down. Okay, fingers crossed. What do you know? Don't go down the hill. Man, that's enough to make a fella a Ford guy. Not really. All right, I'm gonna throw this in there. All right, you guys stay put. Back in a minute. I think we ought to put this Ranger on a charger. Maybe the battery's not roached. I have an outlet right here on this electric panel for the shed, so it's easy enough to do. It says it's got a test feature on this. Tell me if the battery's junk. Come on. I think it's gonna charge. Anyways, we'll give this probably many hours. I think our next build, when we're done with the bathhouse, I really want to make a garage off here to the right by that big pine tree. Everybody needs a garage or 10. Would be nice to be able to like service this tractor inside when it's raining. Same with the Ranger. All right, let's go spread some gravel. We'll get this fire pit done, get the mud soaked up on a walk. That'll just be awesome for comfort level, but also keep the mess down inside the cabin. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the tractor. Right through here, we got to put a little walk in there. Just something to get up to the cabin. And I was gonna go all the way back there and put the fire pit in the back, but I don't have enough gravel to make it back there. And I think people would appreciate if it was just right here. We're probably 12, 15 feet away each direction from trees and the cabin. And I don't think people are gonna be, well, I hope people aren't getting too crazy, but they do never cease to amaze me. I got these little flags here marking out the septic field. Danny left me a little gravel here, so I got something to work with. That was nice of him. Anyways, I'm gonna pull these flags out so we don't cover them all up. It is our septic here, and this is the box for the distribution box. So I don't want to totally gravel it all, because I don't want people pulling their cars up there on top of the septic. But anyways, I'm gonna take this mic off. Quit running my mouth. I've got the gravel where it needs to go. Pretty happy with it for a rough job. Got this old cauldron here. I'm gonna put that right up front here, and we'll do a little hand raking and shoveling, make her look a little prettier. Rain will take care of a lot of that too, and then we should probably start thinking about lunch. Always gotta look what's under there. that'll be just fine. Probably use a little more gravel up there, but for another day, limited time this trip. We got a nice clean path up to the cabin, nice little area for the fire pit. I'd say if it's soaking wet and raining and kind of miserable for a fire, people probably aren't out here in the mud anyways. And this really does dry out pretty quick, so out of breath from all that raking. That's good to have that done. I think I'm gonna take a little break, probably eat a little lunch, then we need to start working on firewood. So I put this here at the end of the video because those of you still watching are the ones that I most care to talk to right now. This trip was cut short because I had a heart attack. Not how I saw the day going, but I was splitting wood there on the property, and well, I had to go to the hospital. I go into a little more detail on it in the Up in Smoke Firewood channel, but it was a big one, big scary one. I got 3 stents put in. I'm doing fine. Everything went well, I guess. I don't know exactly what to say, but anyways, I tell you this. One, just because there's a number of you that care, but also YouTube is going to be different for me. Everything is different for me. Everything in my life is different, and I'm trying to work through that. But this, you know, getting to Kentucky every month and spending long amounts of time there and rushing back to make these videos and trying to get them out every week is a very small part of my bigger picture, but it's a good place for me to make a little wiggle room to make some adjustments in my life. So I guess what that means, I hate when guys say, you know, this will be my last video and I'm never going to do it again, because I do enjoy doing this, but it's going to be different. This bathhouse build is definitely not the most popular one anyways. But I'm going to take a little break here. So there'll be periodic updates, I think. And when we're all done, I'd like to take you guys on a tour of it and show you what we've been doing. So look for those. In the meantime, we'll not be doing anything on the Overland channel. And the Firewood channel, the Up in Smoke Firewood, those are quite a bit easier to make those videos. We'll be making less of them. But we'll probably be putting some stuff up on that channel. And I hope to see you there. I'll try and link the video I made for that channel. I think it's called This Is Not the Video I Thought I Would Make, or something like that. If you want a little more detail. Again, I don't go into great detail there either. But a little more information on how and what. Well, and that I had to go to the hospital while I was making that video. So anyways, I appreciate all the support for those of you that watch regularly, and those of you who don't, just coming to check us out. It's been a lot of fun. Like I say, this won't be the last video, but it'll probably be a little while till there is another one. So again, appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.